Guess what? Guess what? We're less than 1 month away from the WPBL. That is right, we are at the freaking final countdown. Less than a month from the WPBL from making its mark in history. And not that it's just making a female mark in history. We are celebrating also the mark of 250 years for the United States. What better is it to also include the WPBL? So what do we got going on besides celebrating the WPBL? Well, we've been covering this since May, and now is a time to just reflect on some stuff. Last weekend we pumped out a video on it. I'm just gonna say that's dog hair. Anyway, last weekend was able to catch some of the WPBL players in action in Brockton, Massachusetts. They just recently did a stop, their countdown tour in Stockton, California. We've also gone over all 4 teams in their rosters, highlighted some player profiles within the top first round draft picks. The first video that we made on the WPBL, we've talked about rules, regulations, what to expect, where it's going to be. We're actually going to rehash on that a little bit today. And as well as we went over how you can get your tickets and what ticket packages. Now, if you miss those videos, I'm sorry, but hey, they're still inside the channel. All you got to do is look at the playlist right down there somewheres, and look for the Women's Professional Baseball League, and you will see all the videos there. And aside from me, where else can you get more accurate information? Yeah, more accurate information. Well, on YouTube, the Women's Professional Baseball League does have a weekly podcast in which Ashton Lansdale does host, so be sure to check that out. And on your web browser, you can also log on to the Women's Professional Baseball League.com, as all those sources are keeping you up to date. Now, Ashton just dropped down a podcast here on Friday, which he normally does with Toronto Mike. Again, check that out. And I did propose a question because a few weeks ago on their podcast, they talked about where are these games going to be streamed, and they wasn't going to be released yet. So we're still waiting for official word on where these games are going to be released. I'm hearing some rumors that it could be YouTube, but there are some streaming sources that are out there that could potentially pick this up. So stay tuned. Once I find out, we will plug that here on this channel. And I'm hoping as the season goes that there's going to be some highlights that I can reflect on and talk about these games. Now, little side note, you see my hat here, the Women's Professional Baseball League. I was able to pick up some merch when I went to Brockton, Massachusetts. It was definitely a fun time. So if they schedule another tour between now and the start of this season, if you're watching this beforehand, I highly encourage you to check it out. The reason being is, if or when, and it's really not if, but when they take off in a season or two down the road, you may not have this luxury of seeing them up front in person. Now, what was great about the Brockton Countdown Tour is it was a small event. There wasn't much of a crowd there, but we're getting the word out, obviously. But there was a lot of families there, and it seemed like a home run derby because during batting practice, folks had to sign a waiver, kids and adults. They were able to join in on the batting practice, which I thought was really cool, on the outfield grass, catching fly balls, liners, coming into the outfield. So the participation in the event in the family atmosphere was amazing. And when the event was over, the best part was you were able to meet the players that were on hand, get autographs, ask some questions. Now, we didn't capture any of that in our videos because more or less I wanted families and folks that were really there with their kids to get in line and, of course, experience this historic event for themselves. Enough of my fun experience with Brockton. But now, let's refresh on the WPBL, where it's going to be played, some of the general rules, what to expect. And again, a couple weeks ago, we already went over the tickets. There's phenomenal ticket packages as well as individual tickets. You might want to check those out on the Women's Professional Baseball League website where you can purchase those. Okay, let's dig in. Start out with the basics. There are 4 teams in this. There is Boston, New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Yes, we have two on the east, we have two on the west, but these teams will be playing in one location, which is going to be located in Springfield, Illinois at the Robin Roberts Stadium. Now, if these kick off just right, which we expect it to, starting in 2027 or 2028, there are talks that these teams will actually be playing in their respected home cities. Now, this is going to be an abbreviated season. I'm under the assumption that there's going to be more games here in the future, but right now, there is 15 games that are going to be played between August 1st through September 6th, which also is going to include a playoff set and a World Series set. And speaking about World, this event is not just participating players from the United States. No, 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 no. You have players all over the world that are taking part in this historic event, just like the Major League does. Now, the games will be played Thursday through Sunday at Robin Robin Stadium. And unlike the MLB, they will be playing 7 innings and allowed to use aluminum bats for the in season. Now, there are some other rules that are temporarily under consideration. We're not going to hash those out here today because as of right now of this recording, they don't seem like they're going to come play into this season, but potentially in future seasons to come. The WPBL is, under my assumption, I'm thinking that they're eventually going to head into not so much of like the banana ball play or the MLB style of play, but they're going to make it fun for a family atmosphere and definitely try to keep it very entertaining for families. The ladies will be playing on a regular baseball diamond, unlike a softball field. So they're going to have regular base pads and as well as a pitcher's mound. The mound to batter will be 60 feet and 6 inches. Base pads will also be standard at 90 feet. And from what I'm hearing, the WPBL, yes, they're going to be playing in, I'd say like minor league baseball parks, but the fences will be pushed in a little bit. So this way, it increases the action and home run probability. And I'm sure as seasons come, seasons change, so will the rules and regulations. So stay tuned for those, as those will be subject to change. But now let's just take a moment and let's talk about the players in general. And I will tell you, they are very excited for this to happen. I mean, not only that it's just history in the making, but what it's going to bring to the United States in baseball as a whole could have a potential of a change with the MLB. Maybe. I mean, we're talking about banana ball. We're talking about the WPBL. I mean, even the NBA has the Globetrotters. So the fun in these games are starting to be brought out in a much different way. Listen to that Ashton's podcast. These girls, they're excited, and I'm so happy for them. When throughout their career, they could only be subject to play softball when really they wanted to play baseball, now is the opportunity. And what's great about this is the fact of just getting the younger generation going on how fun that this could be for possible recruitments here in the future. As the countdown of July is here, August is upon us very soon. We will keep you updated with anything that does come out for the WPBL. And of course, once games get into action, well, so won't we here at this channel. So if you haven't done so as of yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe, like button, and as well as notification button so you are not missing out. This is Ghost with Baseball. Have a great 4th, everybody.